Moving on to a team I cannot read for the life of me. Packers plus 3.5 in Pittsburgh. 75% of the bets on the Steelers. 33% of the money on the Packers, giving them an 8% sharp differential. Oh, as much as I love to back the Steelers, I lean the Packers here. I think they looked really good last week in a game that I didn't want to touch against the Rams. Their offense is just like the Saints, where it's just like, I don't want to touch it. However, I don't know. The Steelers don't look like they're good enough to be favored by 3 at home, despite everyone wanting to back them at home. I think this is a classic public wants the home favorite because they've looked good, and then the Packers come out and keep it close, not even win. But if you get to 3.5, I think that's a good spot for them. But I don't know. It's more of a feeling than a breakdown here.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I said at the beginning, like, this slate is really difficult to navigate. We got a Super Bowl rematch here. I'm surprised everyone's on the Steelers. I am. How are the Packers been doing lately? Because I feel like I have this perception that they've been all right, but I really don't know, like, from like a ATS standpoint.
Let me tell you what that's a good point to let's look at how the public's backing both of these teams as well.
Yeah. So the Packers are 1-4 ATS in their last 5, getting their first win ATS against LA at home in their 20-3 win last week. But before that, they didn't cover the spread against Detroit, losing by 14 with a spread of 2.5. Didn't cover the spread against Las Vegas, had that spread of plus 1.5, lost by 4. Didn't cover at Denver, spread was 1.5, lost by 2. And then didn't cover versus Minnesota, October 29th, losing by 14, and the spread was plus 1. But then they won 20-3, which was the most points that they had scored. Tied for the most points they had scored in the last 6 games. So like how the Colts scored 20 every game, the Packers really struggle to get there. I think Jordan Love has looked all right, but it kind of says it all. I think they went a little too heavy on the young wide receivers. They were super excited to actually get weapons they wanted to play instead of just signing Aaron Rodgers guys every year like they had to. And now the oldest receivers on their team are Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, which is insane. I think that's kind of biting them in the ass, where as they continue to get more chemistry with Jordan Love, it'll help. But God, it's not like the Steelers are really putting up insane numbers on offense either. So really like the under here, and it seems like everybody does. We have 67% of the bets and 98% of the money on under 39, which is wild. We'll see how that turns up on Sunday. What do you have for these guys in your spreadsheet?
Yeah, so the only interesting thing is when the money is not on the Packers, which is what we have right now, because all the money's on the Steelers. The Packers are 3-1 ATS, so, but that's all they really got. They're pretty much even across the board. The public is 2-2 back in the Steelers. The money is 4-1 back in the Steelers, so that's a good sign. And then sharp differential is 4-2 ATS back in the Steelers. So public betting trends back Steelers there, which is good if you back the Steelers. I probably will stay away from the spread. Honestly, I like the under as well. I like the under a lot. 67% of the bets in a massive sharp differential towards the under. I don't know why anyone in the world is betting overs. Like, with the way the NFL is going right now, like, why is anyone on any over, especially with the Steelers team with their defensive line versus this Packers team that does not look like they can put up points against anyone, even though they just did it against a bad Rams defense.
DJ and I both lean the under for Packers and Steelers. And to kick off our 4 o'clock slate,
as always, this is Sharpen the Public. We talk about public betting trends and recap every game and preview every game for every week in the NFL. It's been fun, and we're continuing to do pretty well. So thanks for hanging out with us. As always, I'm Andy. I'm Deej. I can't believe I said that.
I'm Deej. This is Andy.
DJH Sports on Twitter. You can follow at Andy HHH Sports on Twitter. We have a website as well, happyhoursports.net. You can check that out as well. We've got plenty of information, bets, and all of the plays that we make on the article side of things, website side of things, whatever you want to call it. So check out those if you're watching on YouTube, and the link's in the description now. But yeah.
be sure to just give us a like or a sub on YouTube. That goes a long way to help us out. We've got a ton of stuff on YouTube now with DJ putting videos out for this podcast, putting videos out for each NFL game, as well as we're doing the new and improved UFC podcast, Pilsners and Prelims, where Rick and I preview every single fight for every UFC card. And we have UFC 295 going down in Madison Square Garden this weekend. It's going to be awesome. No John Jones, which sucks. But honestly, the 2 title fights that we have are going to still be really good. So check that out. Give us a sub, a like, any comments and stuff. Like, I love having a little commentary and a little banter on there. So feel free, guys. We'd love to interact with y'all as much as we can. And yeah, got to give the YouTube plug there, man. I really think that we are putting out some solid content for people to indulge themselves in on YouTube.
Absolutely. Nothing quite like it. So yeah, thanks for everything at Happy Hour Sports. But we'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday when we hopefully, cash in all our tickets.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you, probably not me, but we'll see.
But anyway.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. The boys bet better with beer.